The mayor of St. John today is complaining he can't get an answer from your campaign about the cost of the property assessment freezes for seniors. The vast majority of the individual promises in your spending promises in your platform are not costed individually. Why not more detail?
We have focused certainly on our major commitments, but we have focused our commitments, or we have costed all of our commitments. I feel very comfortable and confident with the team that worked on this, that in year 4 it would be $141 million commitment to the people of New Brunswick. What we've got to remember as well, part of our commitment is to live within our means and to be responsible. At that part, we will be looking for $150 million in wasteful spending within government. We will take part of that money and invest on priorities such as healthcare and education, or our most vulnerable, and then take part of that money and be paying down the deficit. The same thing with, we've made a decision to freeze the tax decreases for the wealthiest New Brunswickers and for the largest corporations, stopping at 10%. Again, that money will be refocused towards deficits and priorities. So that, along with starting to reduce the size of government responsibly through attrition and targeted programming, that will allow us to focus on our priorities.
Why would your campaign show voters the individual cost of individual promises?
What we have shown is the cost of the major components of our campaign, and we have costed all parts of it. I feel very comfortable with it, and I feel also that we have provided more information than has been provided in any election before. I'm committed to the work that we've done. I'm committed very much to the team that has been doing this work, and I stand by them fully. My word is my contract with the people of New Brunswick, and I take that very seriously.
Mr. Alward, Sean Graham says that you don't have a job creation strategy whatsoever. If you did, you'd put a hard number to it. What do you say to that?
Well, look, it's interesting that Sean Graham wants to focus on our plan, because, quite frankly, Sean Graham, the other night in the debates, he called his a magic plan to create 20,000 jobs. It's the same magic plan that he had for self-sufficiency, which was nothing more than a slogan. What we know, the reality of New Brunswick today, the last 2 years, we trail Canada in job creation. Premier Graham's record is the worst track record in 30 years in New Brunswick for creating jobs. And as we go forward, we know that we need to work with our small businesses. That's why we have reduced small business tax by 50% after his government has increased it significantly for all small businesses. We know that we need to build an innovative economy. That's why we have moved to increased investments in innovation. That's why we set a target to grow research and development expenditures by governments, by academia, and business by doubling it over the next 4 years. That's why we are putting the decision-making authority out in the communities instead of having it centralized in the Centennial Building, where we know that the Centennial Building does not know what's best for St. John. Leaders here know what's best, and we want to work with them to see those things realized. Mr. McKenna made a commitment to 25,000 jobs. He didn't meet that commitment. Sean Graham, in his first State of the Province address, committed to 25,000 jobs. This mandate, he fell miserably short, and in fact, the last 2 years, we've lost jobs in New Brunswick. My question to him is, what is his plan? He has no plan, and he's demonstrated that.
So you're not going to be caught in any kind of a circle of making a commitment and then falling short?
Look, the people of New Brunswick are disconnected from the process of politics for a lot of good reasons. One of them is they don't believe politicians keep their word, and Premier Graham, Mr. Graham, has demonstrated that time after time. My word is my contract to the people of New Brunswick. I don't care about headlines. I care about working side by side with people to accomplish things, and that's what I'm serious about.